and from Myanmar. We also have from Mauritius. Hi, Michael. From Puerto Rico. That's new and fabulous. Great to see you. And from South Africa. It's lovely to have the world here together with us on a Tuesday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you're joining us here from. And also, if you haven't already, the World Chefs Congress, you can register for that. Hoping to see many of you there. It's going to be super exciting. They're starting to put together an amazing package for what all the members who are attending will be able to see and learn about. Great networking opportunity in Newport, Wales. And hi, Bashir from Dubai. And Mohammed from UAE. Great to see you all. And welcome especially to Nikki Forrest from the COO of Sustainable Food Destination Organization, the CFDO. I want to make sure I got it right. Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
Good morning. Hello to everyone and to you, Sonia.
Okay, so today we are talking about an amazing topic. I think something near and dear to every chef's and all of our watchers' hearts. If you have any questions today, please put them into the Q&A section, and I will get to them as we go through our talk here this morning. It'll be about a half hour or so, but really information packed, something that everybody needs to know about. I want to share with you what's going to be happening today. So we are going to talk about something that's really affecting our food. And I want to put sort of Nick on the spot here and tell me briefly about, first, I guess, what the SFDO, the organization is, what you do.
Well, there is a need to change how food is produced and also to develop the tourism destinations in a way that they will be able to exist in the future. So SFDO sits in the middle of that and tries to operate like a hub or like an instigator for projects, initiatives that will bring together the tourism, the hospitality services, and farmers in order to move forward with the transition.
Okay, so I don't want to make this convoluted and disguised as something that it isn't. I really want to know sort of why this organization. I guess we can understand that soil is important and things like that, but why was this organization founded? I guess why do you do what you do, or why does your whole team do what they do?
Uh, you said that the soil is important, and it is in many ways, but we lack that knowledge on the society level. So there is a need to improve society literacy on soil and
Okay.
awareness on all levels, society, business, consumers, citizens, everyone should learn about that importance of soil in our life.
But why is soil, I guess I understand it grows things, but why is soil so important right now? What is the big trigger for this to happen?
Okay, well, soil is something alive. We didn't know that, at least myself didn't know about that.
Me neither.
So it's alive and it's connected with the three big challenges of our time. The challenges that humanity is facing right now, which is climate change,
All
food
right.
security, our ability to produce food in the future, and food that has health benefit for us and it is nutritious,
Yeah.
and also with our health, not in a way about how it is affected the food and vegetables from chemicals, but on another level, on the microbial balance, for example, that is on our bodies and on the soil, which are connected.
Okay, so soil, it's impacting and it's being impacted by all the things we're doing to the earth and taking from the earth. The big one that I heard that's going to really trigger all of our chefs is the taste, the nutrition, and food insecurity, like not being able to get products. So what is the difference? What's changed in our soil that's so eminent right now, I guess? What's been the big change?
Well, the way we managed soil the last, let's say, half century after World War II has depleted its health.
Okay.
Healthy soil is so alive that, to give an example, one soup spoon of soil has
Yes.
more microorganisms that humans exist right now on our planet. And those microorganisms, uh, together with a symbiosis that they develop with plants, roots, fungi, they
Yes.
create all the nutrients that the plants need and we need when we eat the plants or the animals that eat the plants. So it's a chain. To give you some numbers, meat has lost in the last half century 30 to 40% of its nutritional value.
Ah,
Vegetables, even more. For example,
yes.
one apple that we could eat 50 years ago, now we need four apples to get the same
Nutrient?
nutrients. Forget about calories, nutrients like antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. And if it seems big, that number, for potato, it's 6, 1 to 6. For beetroot is 1 to 9. And for grapes, it's
Wow.
up to 15.
So, in order to get the nutrients we need, so you're wondering why people are not as healthy or people's bodies are changing and different. So, what do we need to do? So, there's so much change in food. This is phenomenal. I can't even imagine eating four apples to one. If I get an apple a day, that's usually as much as, and you can't consume that many calories. So, to get the nutrient density we need, instead of eating more food, so how do we change? What sort of system change has to happen? Like what can occur? Like, what, you're in Crete and this system that you're working on is in Crete in Greece. Beautiful, I'm sure, sunny, lovely space you have. What have you done there to create this change?
We try to do something that is attempted all over the world. It's not us only that we try to do it. It's called a transition to regenerative agriculture,
Okay.
which is a new term, but old things and old knowledge.
All right.
That it's a way to produce, mass produce, not produce just for a family or two, mass produce food in a way that it can be sustained in the long term. It doesn't hurt, but on the contrary, it helps the environment to improve and recover. And at the same time, because it recovers soil health, the nutritional density comes back, and when there is nutritional density there is also taste.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
It
you're
goes
speaking my
together
language.
when we talk about vegetables
Yes.
especially.
Wow, that's you're speaking our language, because if you're bringing taste back and nutrients back, that's where chefs want to lie, right? That's where we want to have our food. You don't have to use as much, you don't have to. So what can we do? So say I'm a restaurateur or I'm a hotel chef or a catering chef, I'm not going to be able to change what I buy unless I talk to a supplier direct. What does your organization or organizations like yours do to make this, to facilitate this happening?
We we work, as I said before, as a hub, and we bring together people that they already are in a position that they understand the basics of this need, and they find it as a business opportunity also.
Okay.
So we talk with hotels, with the restaurants, with chefs,
Yeah.
and we try to bring on board farmers that they are willing to try something new. It's difficult for farmers to change, so we are de-risking their path by securing that we will buy your produce and it will be consumed inside hotels or restaurants.
Okay.
And chefs and are a very critical part of this, because not only they cooperate with a supplier building the first steps of a localized sustainable food supply chain, regardless if it's a hotel or a restaurant. At the same time, they do something much, much more important. Chefs right now, they are a soft power for this era,
Okay.
because they can do, if we, we have word entertainment and
Yeah.
education. If we
Yeah.
combine these words, we have edutainment. It's an entertainment that
Okay.
educates. So
Okay.
chefs can, through a very entertaining experience, speak directly with not much words to the soul of a person
Yes.
and inspire it to look after more, to think deeper. What am I doing? They can bring this message to the masses, chefs right now. Their work is going to be valuable because as we have modernized, we lost our connection with food.
Yes.
And this is something that has caused us to lose a part of ourselves. Chefs can reconnect us with that.
Hmm. Okay, so we're going to connect. I see there's a couple of people with their hands raised. If you want to put your question into the Q&A, I will get to it, I promise. So we're talking that we're going to tell farmers, we're going to buy their produce. How do we, like, why would a farmer do this? We're going to promise we're going to pay for it, but chefs aren't going to be able to pay for it direct ahead of time. Who do we bring in to say help with that? How do we facilitate that success?
I can speak about how we did it and we do it in Crete and the
Okay.
other parts of Greece. So there are some hotel groups that and a few big restaurants, not big in size, but in importance.
Yeah.
And we sit on a table, all the stakeholders, and we
Yeah.
say, okay, the farmers that they are willing to change, but they didn't know where to move on. So these farmers we bring on the table, not anyone.
Okay.
We are going to teach you, train you, escort you through the whole journey.
Okay.
Your obligation is to produce according to these specifications with our help.
Okay.
Then the hotels and the restaurants give more or less a plan, what they need, what they would like to have on their as
Menu.
products, tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever, whatever. So, and when in July I need this more or less. Is it feasible? Okay, and we fix a plan, a production plan,
Okay.
and we set up the prices. There is an insurance that if something goes wrong completely due to climate change or something else, the hotel group will cover it. So
Okay.
they feel a bit comfortable on moving on that new this new direction that we are describing to
It's
them.
like an experimental thing, just maybe not all of their crop is this, maybe just part of it, just to see how it goes and to try and facilitate regenerating the soil. So, what a great idea. Can we bring anyone else into the fold? Like, if there's, you've got restaurateurs, you've got maybe an organization helping, you've got the farmers. Would tourism come into this at all as well? Would they find a way to help with the success of this?
Yes, of course, because not only the tourism, like the hotel group I said is guaranteeing that it's going to buy the produce. At the
Mhm.
same time, it creates tasting events that demonstrate the whole idea, the why we do this and what is this, and all the products are prepared for the guests of a hotel to be tasted, uh, to get a piece of knowledge when they return back to their countries and expose farmers and their work so that they will become on their local communities a lighthouse, a successful case study
Yeah.
that they will be asked from other farmers, what are you doing? How is this working? And they will replicate this model by themselves by persuading other farmers to do that.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, we've got chefs from all over the world, and Crete is a beautiful, it's got a long growing season, and not everyone has that ability, but everyone can take something that they do well, that they grow well. And what a great way to showcase your country, your culture, and your food is to have tourism, hotels, and farmers. They become ambassadors, right? Um, of this process, and you need to highlight them. How wonderful is that, right?
It is, and it doesn't matter if you have many products or a big production window or not.
Yes.
Every place has something to offer to this world,
Yeah,
and can
someone is
be
asking what's you would say the most sustainable or highlighted product in Crete. They want to get specific to what you're doing there.
all kind of vegetables can be
Yes.
produced like that. Of course, watermelon, tomatoes, cucumbers, these kind of vegetables are requested more because they are consumed more.
Mhm.
But it doesn't stay only to these. Anything can be produced like that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
for a place that just produced, say, millet, or you did something that is great for the soil and regenerates it and brings it back to the nutrient and microbiome density that it should be, that's something you can highlight. Why not share and make a festival out of it? Anybody can do that in their own space, I guess, right? We become event people. That's where we really shine, a lot of our chefs, right? And we can share that really easy. So, with all of this said, you have something to share. Go ahead.
yeah, you said something that I like just now. I like it very much. We are event people. You see, back in the old times, all over around the world, people were gathering around the fire and they were exchanging stories. We
Mhm.
lost that.
Yes,
But through a well-designed event, we are replicating this and we give space for storytelling, for connection, for becoming more close to each other.
yes. And this is what we found. I mean, I've been looking at trends of what people want to do when they go out now. Now they want experiential things. They want things that are authentic. They don't want just surface and shiny and glossy. They want to know, no pun intended, the root of why things are the way they are and to really be in it, right? Um,
Exactly. And it's not
so,
about perfection anymore. It's about authenticity and the experience itself. So we might try something that it's not the most amazing, let's say, food, but it is the experience and the knowledge that I'm sharing with you when I'm sharing a piece of my story, a piece of my land, of my heritage.
yes.
This is something that is it's important for
So your
business.
background is not a chef, though, right? It's
Yeah, not at all. I
because people
was
are asking
working.
you about to say more about the chefs in Crete and what they do and what sort of their main cooking is. But that's not your forte today. Our main focus today, I guess, is sort of looking at more how we can connect people, right? And people want to know, is it hard? Do you find the chefs find it difficult to cook sustainably on like a small budget? Or if they work with these farmers, does it seem to be cost effective? Because that's also a big consideration for,
The cost is raised for sure a bit, but like we don't ask for farmers to transition all their land in a new
yes,
management model, we ask them Tra do what piece of land is okay for you to sleep well at night so that it doesn't bother your mind.
yes,
The same way, hotels, they are setting their own limits. Always they are exceeding hours.
yes,
They are not changed, maybe a 10%, 5% increase in the overall budget just to support this experiment on their side.
yeah. So
The most
it doesn't
difficult
have to
thing
be,
is find the people that they are inspired and willing to get out of the comfort zone. That's for everyone, the
yeah,
farmers, the chefs, the businessmen, because you have set up a model and it goes on,
yeah,
on the autopilot. But all these things need you to step back, look from different angles and perspectives, and not all people can do that.
yes.
So that's the difficult part.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it depends on not just the chef. It has to be the ownership has to also be committed to this as well, right? Because in a hotel or a restaurant, the chef can say what suppliers to use and what the menu is, but eventually the costs have to make sense. And maybe it means you just change one or two items on your menu and really highlight them and start to help that way. And not everyone can do all in because people are very afraid that sustainable and regenerative food products are going to be more expensive. Yes, but look where we're going to be. So what is the challenges if we don't do this? Where do we sit?
Before I answer this, I will
Yeah,
make a comment. You are right. Um, the ownership has to approve this and agree and be on board 100%. Otherwise, and we see that statistically speaking, chefs are creative people. They are, you will find much more chefs willing to explore, to experiment than if we go to a bank or
Yeah.
another industry or
Yeah. Yeah.
sector. Okay, so chefs they follow and they are very bold. But the problem first step is to have the ownership to back up them,
Yeah.
which we do. But in the middle, there is the way that we do things usually.
Yes.
You agree on a meeting that we will change some things, and then by habit,
You
the
fall back.
middlemen fall back to what they were used to do.
Yeah. I've
And you
seen
have to
myself there.
remind them, look,
Yeah.
chefs did this, the ownership supports it. Let's do it like we said.
I found myself doing that a lot in places. I had great intentions. I wanted to showcase, I was at hotels and resorts and golf courses and fine dining restaurants, and I wanted it to be fabulous. And this is 90s, like even sustainable and try and use local produce. And you do it some of the time, and then you just go back to, well, I can just order this stuff. It's easier. But easier, it's good to have a management office like yourselves to come and say, okay, these people are doing this. We really want to showcase it. We've got to perpetuate this. We've got to become almost ambassadors of doing this great work, right?
Yeah, ambassadors and inspirators.
Yes.
Steps can be that. So to answer your question,
Yes.
it's not a question of should a choice. Shall we go this way, sustainably and regeneratively, or the other way around? It's not
Mhm.
a choice by definition. What is sustainable? Something that is sustainable means, by definition, that it can exist in time.
Yes.
If something, a process or anything, cannot continue in time to exist, then it will perish, it will disappear. So things will change, either we like it or not. This is a fact.
Yeah.
The only question we have is it this going to happen, this change is going to happen smoothly, or we are going to hit a wall with 100 miles per hour, and then we are going to gather our pieces in a box and turn around? This is the question. And sustainability in the past was about economic sustainability. Is this business
Well,
sustainable? Does it make enough money?
yes.
But then you have not only to have make enough money, but to be in balance with the social uh, capital or the society around it. Otherwise, you will have rebellions.
Yes.
Now, for first time in our evolution as humanity, we face a third element. The system that is encapsulating us, we reached its limits. So we must take that into account also, the environmental aspect of sustainability.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
can no longer think it's just,
society, environment, and economics.
yeah.
These three aspects is that make something sustainable or not. And
Okay.
then to complete this is regeneration. Sustainable is doing something without creating any harm. But until now, we had done a lot of harm, and we have to recover it,
This is
correct it.
where regenerative soil comes in. I get it.
Yes.
I get it. It brings it full circle. So maybe what does I want to poke holes in it a little bit, but what sort of hardships do the farmers face? Like, is there anything that you found maybe in Crete that they wouldn't want to do this, or they said no, I can't, or what happened with them? Were there any challenges there?
The challenges, I could say, are two, and it's not the problem itself. First is the lack of trust. For decades now, government bodies, organizations like ours, the EU, speaking about European Union, um, has directed things to this model that right now we want to change. Even
Oh,
European Union with the EU Green Deal attempts to correct this because we have 3 to 6 decades of time to recover soil and ensure food security. So there is a sense of urgency, but there is a lack of trust. So farmers don't trust anymore people that they are outside of their group to
Okay.
teach them or tell them what to do.
Yep.
That's
They've been told
one.
enough already. Yes.
The other thing, especially in the European South, is farmers are making bullying to each other.
Bullying.
If you deviate from the standard practices,
Yeah.
you left for the grass on your olive oils to grow.
Ostracized.
Yeah.
Really?
The other farmers will make laugh of you. They are gonna give you hard time in the village when you go to the coffee shop of the village to have a coffee. You will be the in the center
Social
talk of the
outcast.
coffee place. This is
Wow.
hard for farmers because we are talking about small communities and
Yeah.
you need the approval of your peers.
That's unbelievable. Wow. That's something I would have never thought of, but I guess because they've done it this way so long and they're all doing the same thing, to change that is really hard. So they have to feel supported. So what can we as chefs? So we're getting to sort of the 5 minute mark, and how do we share this message as chefs? What is sort of the things we can do to sort of start this? So we have someone who's here from I don't know, let's pick from Nigeria. What can they do, sitting where they are as a chef, to start to move this forward? Because it is eminent.
In each place, in Nigeria, for example, there is a wealth that nature can provide
Yes.
with diversity, things that grow there and don't grow in Crete.
Yes.
This is a competitive advantage of every destination, of every place. And they have to reconnect with that, with these products. We don't have to eat all the same food in every place of
Yeah.
this world. Start connecting and creating local supply chains over there. Dig a little deeper on the nutritional density and about the soil health and how it connects to your profession. And ask yourself what I can do
Yeah.
for this. Small steps, like farmers. If you think about all this that we're talking right now, you might be overwhelmed. We
Yeah.
shouldn't. We should start small,
Okay.
digesting ourselves the whole idea, the whole concept, and doing baby steps to get us mild, in a mild way out of our comfort zone and gain momentum and
Exactly.
find other people that they can think like us and attempt then as a group, as a team. And
Yeah.
most important, communicate this.
Yeah.
Don't do it only at your premises. Communicate this because we need to see that there are other people doing the same thing
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
to keep up having courage and the inspiration to move forward despite the difficulties. Because there are difficulties. There is a system that has inertia and it is a big ship. It doesn't turn around in a minute.
Yeah, it's a big, I mean, it's a big collaboration, really. I think about here in Canada, like we're a huge country and we have a short growing season. But I know one example out in the Okanagan, there's a winery there and they're beautiful. They have a restaurant, but they decided to make the effort and start regenerative farming and work with the local farmers. And it took time, but they did a little piece at a time. And this collaboration worked with the ownership, the chef, the farmers, bringing tourism into the picture as well, and really showcasing. Maybe it was just tomatoes the first year, right? Maybe the next year they did tomatoes, cucumbers, and onions. And maybe they found, they helped regenerate the soil and they found the flavor coming back. The chefs will notice the flavor, the nutrient density will rise automatically as well. This collaboration and working, and then having someone like yourself, there's all kinds of organizations globally that are doing this, and you don't have to be in Crete to work with you. It can be an organization like yourself. The important thing is this. I don't know how to grow things and make it regenerative, and a farmer might not have that skills, but we can bring someone in to help us do that and then have a direct line to have that food to us. Like that collaboration can be so strong, then that'll give you a good footing to do more of it, I'm sure, right?
Definitely. And about the small window, production window, places all over the world that they have a narrow window, they have developed magnificent ways of preserving food. It
Mm,
adds variety to the taste, and it creates more nutritional dense foods, new foods from the same raw materials. So narrow production window, it's not a problem. We
yes.
have to think differently.
Yeah, that's why
We can
you're
overcome.
speaking, you're totally speaking my language now. I am the jammer, pickler, fermenter. I take the best of whatever's
Exactly.
happening right now and hopefully share it all through the season, right? That's something that all chefs can be a part of. And then have beautiful cucumbers in the middle of December when you shouldn't be able to find a cucumber anywhere, right? That's amazing. I want to know if there's something, facts, ideas, something you want to share with chefs, sort of a last piece. There's so
I'd
much to
like
share.
to tell them that we need you. We need
Yeah,
you to step up, inspire the world, reconnect us with ourselves and food. We need this. We need this. I was a technology guy.
yes,
And through this modernization, we lost some parts of our lives that are important, but you are still connected with these parts.
yeah. I mean, I see here Mike Berthot from the UK. He's saying, you know, as chefs, we just need to do better. And I think, as I say in every single episode we have, every choice you make matters. And if you make good choices, we're going to have a better future. And that's really what sustainability is all about.
Exactly, exactly.
And I thank you, Nick, so much for your time today. It has flown by so quickly, so much information in such a short time. I really appreciate, I know how busy you are. You're on your way out to fly off soon. So thank you for being a part of our 50th episode of Sustainability Around the World.
It was my pleasure, really. I was excited when you asked me to talk because I really admire chefs, and I told it many times, they can play a vital role in today's problems by edutainment.
Edutainment. I'm going to have to hashtag that. First, I'll have to figure out how to spell it and then I'll do it. But it is an amazing idea. So much shared. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everyone in our August episode. We're going to talk a little pastry sustainability. So we hope to see you then. Thank you so much for your time today and have a great rest